Hello Libra, welcome to your weekly tarot reading. I hope all is well with you. I'm Lisa, this is Rooted Souls Tarot, and we're going to have a little bit of a look at the cards to see what's going on in your world this week. I've got the Herbiary Oracle deck here. I'm going to give them a little bit of a shuffle and we'll find you two. One, two. Okay, and I've also got this lovely Woodlands Wardens card by Jessica Rue. Give them a bit of a shuffle and I'll get you one of those. What's happening with Libra this week? Okay, right, so this week, this one came out first. Clear the way, Sage. And then we've got the Ways of Water. Very interesting. This card's come out an awful lot over the last few weeks. So clear the way. There's something that needs to be moved on, that needs to be released, that needs to be let go of so that you can make space for something new. It could be a person, it could be a situation, it could be a job, it could be a home. But in order for you to move on this week in the best way possible, there's going to be the need for you to actually be proactive and clear the space in some way. Whether that is in a physical way, you know, a bit of a good old clean throughout the house always makes things better, doesn't it? A sorting out of stuff, letting go of stuff, or an actual mental release of something. We've got the Ways of Water. The Ways of Water, it's about our emotions, it's about how we feel, and it's about how our emotions can leak into different parts of our life, how it flows into different parts of our life, and how it can affect certain areas, maybe that we don't even realise. Maybe, you know, the emotions running so deep that we can't even see that they are affecting how we move through a situation. So I think maybe this week is a card of introspection for you, Libra. It's about looking within, maybe figuring out how deep these emotions run, and maybe considering that they could well be affecting and influencing how you move through this week. And maybe that's where you need to let go, that's where you need to release, that's where you need to clear space for the new to come through. We've got the Weasel and Pine. Oh, there you go. I didn't even read that when it came out. Introspection, simply because the writing's so small and I'm as blind as a bat. Introspection. So this week for you, Libra, is about looking within, about introspection, about figuring stuff out, and about essentially clearing that space, clearing the way so that you can move forwards the way that you are supposed to, the way that you are meant to. So let's have some cards and tarot and see what's going on a deeper level for you. Oh, what's happening with Libra this week? What does Libra need to know? It's all about using the tarot to help us navigate the week. I think forewarned is forearmed, isn't it? Okay, right. We have the Emperor. We have the Empress. Interesting. Three of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. That card really wanted to come out. And the King of Wands. Okay. So, the Emperor and the Empress. It's very interesting energy because it is the card of the energy of doing, and it's the energy of thinking about doing. Introspective energy with the Queen and actual practical energy, moving forwards energy with the Emperor. So the Emperor, it's all about you taking control. It's about you taking back control of your life, I think, because I think it is all on you. You know, the Emperor, the ruler, the leader, the decisions all lie with him, don't they? And I think this is you this week. This is, this card is saying to you that if you want to move forwards, which I'm presuming that you do, then it's going to be all about you. It's going to be all about you taking control, making choices, making decisions, and moving forwards. Yeah, I think maybe that you've been a little bit afraid or not had the confidence to take charge, to take control, or maybe you've not realised that you've not been doing it. But this feels like a really pivotal moment for you, Libra. And really important that you realise that the way you move forwards is all about you. It's all about your choices, about how the decisions you make, about how you're showing up with other people. Are you giving an air of, yes, I'm in control of this situation, or are you letting people sort of I've just got a vision of you being blown around in the wind, not being, sort of being blown around by other people, basically. Just, saying, no, you need to do this, no, you need to do that, and just, sort of being in the middle, just getting blown around like a leaf in the wind, and not feeling in control of things. But the Emperor here is time for you to take back control. It's time for you to decide how you want this to look, how you want this to go. And actually, going back to the ways of water, I think that maybe you've been in quite an emotional state and you've not been in a place in a connected place, in a grounded place, in an anchored place where you have been able to make these choices, because obviously water flows, doesn't it? And it flows and it affects us, and if we're in a tide, then the emotions just take us, don't they? All these waves just take us here. The way that the tide's flowing, it's out of our control. And I think now's the time. It's actually interesting because the roots of that tree, that's actually what I feel like you need to do. I think you need to root yourself down. I think you need to ground yourself, anchor yourself, take back control. So whether, you're going to do that through a spiritual practice, whether you are just literally going to, just actively decide or ask for some help, some guidance on how you can ground yourself and how you can move forward in a more powerful, empowered way. Right, let's see. Let's have a couple more cards with that. We've got the Star. It's a nice card. And the Two of Wands, another card of you being in control. So the Star is all about your hopes and your dreams. It's all about also about having faith. So I think this is about having faith in yourself, having faith in your choices, having faith with how you want to move forward. I think maybe you've not been trusting yourself, or you've not felt that confidence in yourself in recent past, and this is why you've been like a little leaf blowing around in the wind, just sort of, listening to people, maybe letting people push you around, but not, not in a physical way, sort of in a more emotional and mental way. And now it's time for you to start having some faith in yourself, start beginning to realise that you are in charge, and that your hopes and dreams and whatever it is that you want to bring down to earth, you're capable of it and you're in charge of it. See, she's got that little line. It's like a kite attached to her hopes and dreams, and she's in charge of it. If she wants to bring it down to earth, all she has to do is pull that rope to bring it down, to drag it down, and start making it a physical reality. And that's what I think you're going to do. And I think in order to do that, you've obviously got to clear the way, clear some space, clear some emotional maybe baggage, maybe the way that you feel in a negative way about things. It's time to clear. It's time to clear, time to release, and time to start actually, making your life look like you want it to do, because you are in control. We've also got this Two of Wands. She's making the choices herself. She's got the world there. She's got the world in the Rider-Waite deck. She's got the world in her hands. And so it's up to you where you want to take yourself, what decisions you can make. You've got, do I go this way? Do I go that way? It's up to you. The Wands, don't forget, they're very fiery energy, they're doing energy, they're about your joys and your passions, the things that light your fire. So it could be work, the things that bring you satisfaction. It's apart from the basics in life, Wands are about the filler in bits, the bits that make life interesting and make life fun, make life worthwhile. And so it's up to you now how you want your life to look, what choices you make. You're in charge. We've got this lovely Empress card here. She is very nurturing. She is very fertile. She is a creator. She's also extremely introspective. She's got that yin energy, that feminine energy, and yin energy is all about introspection. Obviously, she's got the moon there in the corner. And it's actually really interesting. I've just realised I just started doing you a reading a minute ago, and the two cards that came out of the herbiary had a sun and a moon on them, and I started talking about yin energy and yang energy. The emperor, the king, he is yang. He's about doing. He's about being in control. He's about physically doing things. The Empress, the Queen, she is yin. She is very introspective. She does things quietly. She really considers things. And so this is really interesting because it's sort of a bit of a clarifier for me and hopefully for you. So moving forward through this week, you have to find the balance between doing and thinking about where having that period of introspection. Where are you going to clear the space? Delving deep into your emotional side maybe, and figuring out what can you release, how can you make this better, how can you bring your vision for your life forwards, how can you create it with the lovely Empress energy, and the Emperor is about doing it. So we've got the Ace of Wands there. The Ace of Wands, it's a card of creation. See that beautiful spark, that spark of passion. Another card of a new opportunity, a new creative opportunity. I'll get my words out in a minute. So you have got new opportunities coming your way, new opportunities in that area of the wands. So the wands about passion, about work, about satisfaction, and you've got a brand new opportunity there that you can bring to life. You can be creative. You can start to build. So it's just this spark of something new that you have got the opportunity for. But it's all about clearing the way, clearing the space, so that you've got the space to do these things. We've got the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands, she doesn't give up. She follows her gut instincts. See there, her solar plexus has got this beautiful white light there. And so she's being led by that. And so I think in your period of introspection this week, of figuring stuff out, of listening to what's going on within you, I think there's going to be a light that's maybe goes bing, and you're going to realise that this is your intuition speaking, and this is the place that you have got to come from. And I think it's going to lead the way for you in the future. I think you're learning to listen to what your soul wants, what your intuition wants, and you are absolutely going to be stubborn about following that intuition, not giving up, not getting distracted and knocked off your path. It feels quite powerful. I think you are powerful this week, and I think you are feeling empowered by this shift within you, this release within you. And I don't actually even think that it's been set off by anything on the exterior. I think it's just maybe just a natural progression of how things have been going within you. And I think you're just realising that, right, now's the time, this is the time. I'm fed up of being blown around in the wind. I need to gather myself. I need to take root, to feel grounded, to feel connected, to feel powerful and back in charge of life. So, we've got the Three of Pentacles, which is now on the floor. Three of Pentacles is now upside down. There we go. It's about teamwork. It's about working with others. It's about collaboration. So I think there's going to be other people involved in what's happening in your world this week. Other people that maybe have got skills that you haven't, that can maybe look at things from a different perspective to help you to create your vision for your future. We've got the Queen of Cups there. And we've also got the Ace of Swords. So the Queen of Cups is about, she's kind, she's compassionate, she's also extremely creative. So I think this week and this collaboration that you're going to have with others is about creativity. It's about bringing this something new into life. And I think there's going to be a little bit of a breakthrough moment. We've got the Ace of Swords there. See that light at the end of the tunnel. I think you're going to start seeing things in a really clear way and see which path that you need to be going down, and also to see what it is that you need to bring to create. But I very much feel like it's a very creative week for you this week, Libra. Very creative week involving other people, and some real inspirations coming your way and new opportunities. And I think, it's coming from your intuition. You're going to be following your intuition this week, rather than letting your emotions blow you around and make you feel less powerful, make you feel less in charge. We've got the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is about bringing your dreams down to reality. It's about making a choice. He's there, he's looking at all of his options and he's struggling to make a decision. So I think, you've got to make sure that you actually are keep that energy flowing, about being proactive, about doing little things that are going to help you to move forwards in the way that you want to not be afraid to just take the plunge, to make a choice, to start putting energy into something. We've got the Justice card there. The Justice card it's about doing things the right way. It's about finding balance. So maybe, some of the choices that you've got in front of you are making you feel a little bit out of your depth, or, feel a little bit much. Just go with the things that make you feel balanced, that feel right. Don't forget your intuition. It's all about connecting with your intuition this week, leading with your intuition, finding that place of balance, that place where you feel safe and secure, but not too much. It's good to have a little bit of an edge with things to push yourself out of your comfort zone. And because it's, we're at our creative best, aren't we? We're at our, we do the best things and have the best ideas when we're a little bit out of our comfort zone. So don't forget that this week. We've got the Page of Cups, again, moving forwards with an open heart, with a creative heart, being open to new possibilities, to looking at things with a fresh pair of eyes. I think it is really about opening yourself up to possibilities this week. See there, the Queen of Cups. Obviously, it is a cup as well. And it is she's sat in water there. It is about emotional stuff. And I think the Queen of Cups also, she's very much in charge of her emotions. She feels comfortable sat within her emotions. And she's opening herself up and allowing herself to be open, to maybe be a little bit vulnerable even this week. As you're moving through the week and you're sort of realising things that maybe you need to let go, that maybe have not, emotions that haven't really served you, that maybe your emotions aren't you. I think you're starting to feel more comfortable being vulnerable, actually even being vulnerable with others. Maybe, you know, you're finding time to sit with friends, and they're helping you to move through it, to find that breakthrough moment. But aside from that, I feel it's very much about creativity as well this week. It's about creativity, about doing things the right way, about, you know, about keeping things in balance for you, keeping things right size for you, not overwhelming yourself. But again, not being afraid to sit within your emotions this week, and feel them running through you, and maybe releasing them. See, I think she is surrendering, actually. She's surrendering to her emotions. She's very aware of them, and I think that's empowering in itself. That's very empowering, and I feel like she's very much surrendering and letting them go, maybe with the help of others. Maybe, you know, you've chatting with a therapist, chatting with a friend, chatting with a family member. But I think this surrendering and this release is the breakthrough, actually. It's the breakthrough. And then this is allowing you to then move forwards, making choices, making decisions on where you want to put your energy, and just keeping it right size, but moving forwards in a really new kind of way, a new perspective, a freer kind of way, actually, and a more creative kind of way. Right, we've got the King of Wands here. The King of Wands, he's taking action, he's moving forwards, and he knows what he wants, he knows how he's going to get it, and he's not afraid to do it. He may well be afraid. See the lion in the background? He's got the courage. He's got the courage to push forwards. And I think as you work through this week, you are feeling empowered, you are feeling brave, you're feeling courageous, and you're just pushing yourself through the week, moving towards the things that you want in life in a really, like I said, that balance of, and that's maybe where the balance, the justice card comes in, the balance of yin, the balance of yang, about doing, about thinking, about figuring stuff out, and about just taking action. And by the end of the week, I think you're in a position where you are really ready to push yourself forwards. We've got the Three of Wands there. Three of Wands is about looking out onto the horizon. Where now? What's next? What's next for me now? And it's about growth. It's about expansion. It's about where can I take myself within this situation that's going to bring me more growth, more expansion, more excitement, more passion, more joy. The Hierophant. The Hierophant, it's about your spiritual connection. I think it's about your spiritual connection to yourself this week. I think you are finally figuring out what it is that you want for yourself. And I also think you're really very much connecting to your intuition. And I think your intuition is leading you forward. Maybe your intuition, your soul, your higher self. And they are all helping you to move yourself forwards, to see alternative ways of doing things, to find ways of growing within yourself on an emotional level, a physical level, a spiritual level, and just feeling like you're back in charge. I feel, very much like this week for you, Libra, is about, there's a lot of spiritual and emotional growth going on, and it's very much about you taking back control of life, because I feel like you've very much maybe not been feeling that, and maybe been feeling a little bit blowing around, like very airy energy, not feeling connected, not feeling rooted, not feeling in control. And things are about to change in that area this week. if you choose to move with the energy, obviously. So, right, I'm going to leave it at that. You take care of yourself, stay rooted, stay open, stay magical, and I will catch up with you very, very soon.